Begin in a standing position or Tadasana, standing with your feet together, arms by your side, tailbone is down, and your shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, raise your arms above your head. As you exhale, fold at the waist and come down into a forward bend. Inhale and place the palms of your hands above your knees. Keeping the back straight, lift the torso to waist level into flat back. Exhale, release the arms and back into a forward bend. Breathe normally. Softly grab the opposite elbows with each hand. Begin to shake the head yes and no to loosen the neck. Release the arms and come back into a standing position, raising the arms above the head. Exhale, fold back into a forward bend. Press the palms into the mat and bring your right foot back until you're in a deep lunge. Keeping the palms pressed into the mat, bring the left foot back so that the balls of your feet are touching the mat and your body is in one straight line. Begin to lower your body to the mat. Keeping your pelvis and thighs on the mat, release the feet and lift your chest up until you're in Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Lower the chest slightly and curl the feet under. Lift the hips into the sky until you're in Downward Facing Dog, trying to lower the heels of the feet. Then bring the right foot forward. Inhale into a deep lunge. Pressing the palms into the mat, bring the left foot forward till you're in a forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms above the head into a standing position. And then bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, bring the arms above the head. And exhale, come all the way down into a forward bend, pressing the palms into the mat. Bring both feet back, one foot at a time. Making sure the shoulders are over your wrists and your body is in one long line, keeping your belly lifted. Begin to lower your body towards the mat. Pressing your pelvis onto the mat and your thighs onto the mat. Release your feet and lift your chest up into Upward Facing Dog or Cobra pose. Lower the chest slightly, curl the feet under, and go into Downward Facing Dog. Making sure that your tailbone is facing towards the sky. Bring your left foot closer to the right and lift your right leg up into the sky. Then bend your right knee, bring it all the way into the chest, and place your right foot in between the hands. Pivot your left foot towards the left so that your left arch is aligned with your right heel. Keeping your right leg bent, press the feet into the mat and bring your torso up until you're in Warrior One with your arms above your head and your palms facing each other. Then exhale and turn your torso to the left so that your navel is facing in between both feet, gazing over your right hand. Into Warrior Two. Slowly go into Trikonasana or triangle pose by beginning to straighten the right leg, moving the hips to the left as you extend your torso to the right. Bring your right hand down next to the outside of the right foot. Extend your left arm up, head towards the sky, and gaze up at your left hand. You may also choose to place your right hand on your shin bone if that's more comfortable. To come out, Turn your gaze down and bring your left hand down onto the mat. Pivot your back foot to point towards the front of the mat. Pressing both your hands into the mat, inhale and bring your right foot back by the left foot. You should be in a plank position. Exhale and lower your body onto the mat. Inhale into upward facing dog, then exhale, downward facing dog. Then lift the left leg into the air. Bend the left leg, bringing the knee into the chest, and place the foot between the hands. Keeping the left knee bent, turn your foot slightly towards the right, making the arch in line with the left heel, and come up into Warrior One. Then turn into Warrior Two with the torso to the right. Straighten the front leg, going into Triangle Pose, Trikonasana. This time, gazing up at your right hand. Then bring the right hand down into the mat, pressing down into the mat. Turn the back foot forward. Inhale and bring your left foot back next to the right. Exhale, lower the body to the mat and inhale into upward facing dog. Now we will move into Balasana or Child's Pose. Bring your hips to the heels of your feet, stretching your arms in front of you, palms onto the mat. Come into your hands and knees, making sure the shoulders are over your wrists and the hips are over your knees. Let's go into Cat-Cow. Pulling the pelvis forward slightly as you round the middle of your back like a scared cat. Then release the back and pelvis, bringing the head straight into cow. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale into cat, exhale into cow. Go at your own pace. Inhale and exhale. Then go into downward facing dog. Lift the head and look in between your hands. Jump or walk your feet towards your hands. Into a forward bend. Inhale and rise up into a standing position. Exhale and bring the hands to heart center. Now we will go into Vrikshasana or tree pose. Maintain your balance. Keep your gaze facing forward and balance on your left foot, keeping the back straight as you bring your right foot on the side of your left thigh, knees facing outwards. Then bring your arms above your head, palms facing each other, into tree pose. Keep the shoulders relaxed. When you are ready, bring the palms down to heart center. Then lower your hands and lower your right foot. Let's do the other side. Balancing on your right leg, keeping the back straight. Lift the left foot up and place it on the inside of the right thigh, opening the knees to the side. Lifting the arms above the head, palms facing each other. Bring the palms down to heart center. Then lower your hands and lower your right foot. And take a few breaths, inhaling and exhaling, reestablishing your balance. Lay down onto the mat with the arms straight and hands beside the hips. Tighten the stomach and lift both legs up into the air with your feet towards the sky. Keeping the belly squeezed, lift your hands towards your ankles. And exhale, relax your back onto the mat. And again, inhale, lifting towards the ankles. And relax. And go ahead and do that a few more times. Then exhale. At the same time, lower both legs slowly onto the mat. Let's move into Navasana, or boat pose. Relax the back and bring your arms down above your head. Lift the arms, bringing them in front of our body as we lift upper body up, bending our knees, raising both our legs until we're balancing on our hips and tailbone. Keep the chest broad and shoulders back. Try not to move the torso when moving into the full pose, and particularly not leaning back. Keep the stomach tight. You may also straighten your knees into a full boat pose. Palms are facing up. Then lower your legs and lower your back down onto the mat. Now bend your knees and place your feet onto the mat in front of your hips. Pressing your feet into the mat, lift your hips up into the air. Exhale and lower your hips back down onto the mat. Feel free to do that a few times. Then when you are ready, sit up with the back straight and lifted. Inhale, lift the arms up into the air, and exhale, touch your toes, keeping the back straight. Now let's take our right foot and place it on top of the left thigh, and bring our left foot under the right thigh. Or you can put your left foot on top of the right thigh, opening the palms upwards or out. Go ahead and breathe normally. You are now ready for relaxation or meditation. Namaste.